You see that phone in your hand? Or that computer you're watching this on? Chances are it came through a place like this, a freight terminal. These are the massive, bustling hubs that keep the global economy humming. We're talking millions of containers, moving millions of products all over the planet. Stick with me and I'll show you the hard-working people and the incredible technology that makes it all work. Imagine this, you've been at sea for weeks, crammed into a metal box the size of a studio apartment. No, you're not in prison, you're a shipping container and you're ready to get off that boat. That's where these behemoths come in, the ship-to-shore cranes. These things are massive, some taller than the Statue of Liberty, and they can lift a fully loaded container like it's a child's toy. The operators up there, they're the unsung heroes, folks. Nerves of steel, eyes like hawks, making sure each container gets plucked off the ship and gently placed onto the dock. It's a delicate dance, especially when you've got thousands of containers stacked up like a giant Lego set. Now, once those containers hit the ground, the real chaos begins. Trucks are everywhere, weaving in and out, each one with a specific container to pick up. And speaking of those containers, each one has a barcode, a digital fingerprint that tells the system exactly what's inside and where it's going. This is high-tech logistics in action. These longshoremen, they're the ones directing traffic, hooking up containers, making sure everything moves smoothly. Without them, this whole operation would grind to a halt. So you've been unloaded, tagged, and scanned. Now what? Well, you're not going straight to your final destination, not yet. First, you're headed to the holding pen, the container yard. This isn't just a random jumble of containers. There's a method to the madness. Remember those barcodes I mentioned? They're the key to the whole operation. Every container is scanned and logged into the system, which then assigns it a specific spot in the yard. We're talking acres and acres of containers stacked several stories high. And navigating this maze, that's where the yard jockeys come in. These guys are like the cowboys of the container world, driving specialized tractors called straddle carriers or rubber-tired gantry cranes. They pick up these containers, sometimes weighing over 20 tons, and maneuver them with incredible precision. It's like a giant game of Tetris, only with real-world consequences if you screw up. These guys have to have a keen eye for detail, making sure each container is in the right place at the right time. It's a crucial job requiring skill, stamina, and spatial awareness. Okay, so far we've seen the muscle of the operation, but what about the brains? Before any container can leave the terminal, it's got to go through customs. This is where things get serious, folks. We're talking about protecting our borders, preventing smuggling, and making sure nothing illegal slips through the cracks. First up, you've got your import specialists. These are the detectives of the shipping world, poring over paperwork, scrutinizing bills of lading, making sure everything adds up. They're looking for anything suspicious. Mismatched descriptions, unusual weights, anything that could indicate something fishy is going on. If something sets off their spidey senses, they call in the big guns, the Customs and Border Protection officers. These guys and gals are the real deal, trained to spot even the smallest irregularity. They'll open up containers, inspect the contents, and if necessary, bring in the sniffer dogs. Customs also plays a vital role in facilitating legitimate trade. They collect duties and taxes, enforce trade agreements, and keep the wheels of commerce turning smoothly. All right, you've been unloaded, sorted, inspected, and cleared for departure. Congratulations, you're finally free. But your journey's not over yet. Now it's time for the next leg of your adventure, getting from the port to your final destination. And depending on where you're going, that could mean a ride on a truck, a train, or even a barge. This is where the logistics puzzle really comes together. Remember those barcodes and that fancy computer system I mentioned earlier? They're working overtime to make sure each container gets on the right mode of transport and heads in the right direction. And the folks responsible for making sure it all runs smoothly, you've got your dispatchers coordinating truck movements, planning routes, and dealing with any unexpected delays. Then you've got your rail yard workers coupling and uncoupling cars, building trains, and making sure those containers get loaded safely and securely. It's a complex and interconnected network relying on teamwork, communication, and a whole lot of hard work. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all seems pretty labor-intensive, right? And you're not wrong. But the world of freight is changing, folks. Technology is rapidly transforming these terminals, making them more efficient, more sustainable, and yes, even more automated. We're talking about self-driving trucks, automated cranes, and robotic cargo handlers. These machines are taking on some of the most dangerous and repetitive tasks, freeing up human workers to focus on more specialized roles. And it's not just about replacing jobs, it's about creating new ones. Technicians to maintain these robots, programmers to write the software, and engineers to design the next generation of smart terminals. We're also seeing the rise of artificial intelligence and big data. These technologies are being used to optimize everything from container stacking to traffic flow to energy consumption. That's the future of freight, and it's closer than you think. So the next time you order something online or pick up a product at the store, take a moment to think about the incredible journey it took to get there. From the ships that carried it across the ocean to the trucks that delivered it to your doorstep. It's a testament to human ingenuity, hard work, and the power of global trade. These freight terminals, they may not be glamorous, but they're the unsung heroes of our modern economy. They're the ones who keep the world moving, one container at a time.